The reviews, I think, have been very good.
It feels nice to hear that. I don't know what else to say. I get shy every time. I don't know. Mili is more mentally grueling, and the physical conditions were very harsh in the freezer.
What do you think would have been 3G's reaction to Mili?
I hope that she would have been proud of me.
आपके पिताजी का मानना ये है कि that आपका जो कॉमेडी का एक साइड है, maybe that has not been tapped that well.
Yeah. फिल्मों में मैंने आज तक सिर्फ सॉम्बर और बहुत इमोशनल रोल्स किए हैं.
Exactly. That's quite a that's
Yeah.
that's quite a contrast.
Intense roles, which is so weird because in life I'm quite silly, I think. So I really want to do a comedy.
Best compliment that you have received for Mili so far.
There have been so many. Rekha ji came to the screening yesterday, and she was crying after the screening, and she's never responded like that.
Madhubala, if she was alive, what will you tell her?
I tell her to teach me how she performed in Aiye Meherban. Hi guys, this is Janhvi Kapoor and you're watching Connect FM Canada with Faridoon. Stay connected.
Janhvi, welcome on Connect FM Canada. How have you been doing?
I've been doing good. How are you? How's Canada treating you?
सुपर. देखिए, आपकी फिल्म को प्रमोट करने के लिए, अब रियलिस्टिक फील देने के लिए हमें कनाडा आना पड़ा.
अच्छा, ठंड में.
बिकॉज आप फिल्म में जो है कनाडा आपको जाना है. एंड हाँ.
Yes.
Right. So the reviews, I think, have been very good. I was reading one of the reviews, and it said that she can carry a film on her own shoulders, and that's something that not many actresses can do. I'm sure that must be quite a heartening read.
Yeah, it is. It feels nice to hear that. I don't know what else to say. I get shy every time. I don't know.
Okay, but still, I think the level of I think distance that you've tried to travel in that character, that must have been quite an experience. Maybe the toughest film of your career so far.
Yeah, till the time I shot Mili, it was definitely the toughest. Right now, I'm shooting for Mr. and Mrs. Mahi, which is definitely much tougher. I think Mili is more mentally grueling, and the physical conditions were very harsh in the freezer. That was quite an ordeal. But Mr. and Mrs. Mahi right now learning cricket, and I think Sharan, my director, is quite a taskmaster, which is making the process a little taxing. And also, I suffered 2 injuries. I dislocated both my shoulders prepping in cricket, so I think that's also complicated things a little bit. So Mr. and Mrs. Mahi is definitely the toughest film of my career.
And Sharan, the director of Kunjan as well.
Good.
So I'm sure that must be even more special because highly critically acclaimed film.
Yes.
Okay. So experience of collaborating with Manoj Bawaji, how is it?
It was lovely. I think he's such an experienced actor. And more than anything, on set, he comes with so many stories, and he's a director himself. So he had a lot of knowledge and script sense. And I think just doing scenes with him, the rhythm would be set so naturally. I don't think we'd ever do more than 2-3 takes. And you just get to learn so much from such a seasoned actor. He's so easy and he's so funny. वो मतलब script में comedy हो ना हो, वो करते वक्त comedy डाल ही देता है automatically, and it becomes so charming. And my favorite character of his, I remember he did a role in Wanted for Papa, and he was superb and he was so funny. And then I saw him in Mulk, and he was so different, and I was like, this man is unbelievable. And then now Mili, I think he's done an amazing job.
Right, even Article 15 as well.
Yes, I haven't seen that film, but yeah.
Right. How do you prepare for a role like this? Because there seems to be a lot of internalization that is taking place in terms of the expressions and how you're supposed to feel internally.
So it's not that technical for me. I think that the stakes were so high in every scene of this film because it was always life and death It was never like, oh, I just want to have a cup of coffee. It was always like, I need to do this or I will die, which was very intense. But Matusa built an actual freezer for me. उन्होंने एक real cold storage unit बनाया था जो -15 पे हर वक्त था. तो ऑल्दो वो फिजिकली बहुत मुश्किल था उन हालातों में शूट करना, परफॉर्मेंस वाइज उस चीज ने मेरे काम को काफी आसान बना दिया था. बिकॉज आई डेंट हैव टू थिंक ऑफ शिवरिंग, आई वाज एक्चुअली शिवरिंग. आई डेंट हैव टू थिंक ऑफ बीइंग सफोकेटेड, आई वाज एक्चुअली सफोकेटेड. तो उन चीज़ों ने काफ़ी मदद की. एंड ही वाज वेरी क्लियर कि वो नहीं चाहते कि मैं that I plan or rehearse a lot. He wanted me to he just said, don't even read the script, just come on set and we'll do it. So
Okay, so but were there times when you felt that it was maybe way too physically challenging?
yeah, definitely. I felt very sick
Mm.
during the freezer portion.
Mm.
Very sick. I was on heavy medication, which was sometimes making me a little groggy. वो जो होता है ना पेन किलर्स जब आप लेते हो आपको वो नींद जैसे आ जाती है and everything is blurry and slow. तो वो हो रहा था मेरे साथ because the painkiller was very strong. I had a severe UTI and फिर वो cellophane में मुझे wrap कर दिया था and in that cellophane wrap it takes 2 hours to put that on. और आपको तो मालूम ही है फिल्म सेट में इतना टाइम you can't waste that much time if you want to go to the loo के 2 घंटे फिर उसके बाद बैठ के वापस cellophane wrap करे. So I couldn't use the restroom and I was in the freezer, and in the freezer you feel even more this thing um, dehydrated and you want to keep having water. So it was very tough. I was in a lot of pain, but I actually think it helped the performance. I had the choice to take 1 or 2 days off, but I felt like अगर मैं इस sickness में मैंने ये perform किया, then maybe the pain will show on camera and it will make the performance better.
Okay, and had you seen the original?
I've seen bits and pieces, yes.
Bits and pieces. Okay, and when you were being directed by the same guy who has directed the original as well and won a national award for the same as well. So do you have these hopes that maybe you may end up getting like a national award or like maybe an award
So
reckoning?
I realized I've become very disconnected from the film after I finished making it. That's why it's so hard for me to promote also. I think मेरा काम प्रेपरेशन और फिर फिल्म सेट पे काम करने तक और उसके बाद शायद डबिंग तक होता है.
Mm.
उसके बाद आई फील it's better for my sanity, mental health, and my well-being as an artist to disconnect from the outcome of the film, because I know I've given it my everything. तो अवार्ड्स मिलेंगे नहीं मिलेंगे, ये होगा नहीं होगा, आई जस्ट होप कि ये काम देख के मुझे और भी काम मिलेगा और ऑडियंसेस का प्यार मिलेगा, क्योंकि मैं और काम करना चाहती हूँ उनके लिए. तो बाकी सबका पता नहीं.
ओके सो आपके पिताजी का मानना ये है कि दैट आपका जो कॉमेडी का एक साइड है मे बी दैट हैज नॉट बीन टैप्ड दैट वेल
या
स्टिल.
या
आपके इंस्टाग्राम रील्स आपके बहुत फनी होते हैं. वो जो पागल पागल it was really funny.
थैंक यू.
Do you feel that comedy is a genre that you'd love to explore?
I'd love to explore it. लोग मुझे लाइफ में they keep saying that I'm like a joker in life, and which is so ironic because फिल्मों में मैंने आज तक सिर्फ somber और बहुत emotional roles किए हैं.
Exactly. That's quite a
Yeah,
that's quite a contrast.
intense roles, which is so weird because in life I'm quite silly, I think. तो मैं
Mm.
I really want to do a comedy. I'm really looking for a comedy.
Mhm. Okay, so does it this dichotomy that you have that you've done mostly serious and sober roles and somber roles, but जैसे real life में you like being funny. Do you believe in sun signs? Because I think you're a Piscean, and Pisceans they
Yeah.
have quite a contrasting sort of personality.
Yeah, I do believe in star signs. I also think another thing about Pisceans are that they're very malleable. They're like water. आप उनको जो भी utensil में डालो वो उस चीज का shape ले लेते हैं. And I think similarly, I'm very like Sharan, the director of Gunjan, he calls me a chameleon. He's like, you, when you're wearing a sari, you pretend to be this very, not pretend to be, you very convincingly become this Indian girl, and then next thing we see you in like a short skirt and you act like you've never worn a traditional outfit before, and like we completely buy that side of you and you're different with, I don't know, he just calls me a chameleon for whatever it's worth.
ओके, मैं आपके इंटरव्यूज देख रहा था और मैं पहले भी आपके इंटरव्यूज देखे हैं, मैंने करे भी हैं. सो मैं एक बात ये सोच रहा था कि दैट व्हाइल यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर से प्रमोशंस एंड ऑल दैट, तो कुछ क्या आपका कुछ ऐसा होता है कि यार ये इस बार अब कोई मुझसे नेपोटिज्म के बारे में पूछेगा तो मैं कुछ कुछ अलग सा जवाब दूंगी, मतलब हर उसमें जो है मैं कुछ अलग से जवाब दूंगी सो दैट इट डजंट सीम द सेम. बट डू यू फील दैट एट टाइम दैट यू बिकम टायर्ड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन एज वेल?
I am sick of it, but I guess people need to hear you verbalize it a little more. And I don't think I'm at that stage yet where I'm like, where I can say, "Ke, bhaiya mat pucho, bas kaam dekh lo." I hope I get there soon. I hope Millie gives people enough reason to not ask me that question anymore. But but yeah, I guess people want to know what I think about it and what everyone thinks about it. I don't see why it's such a pressing issue still, but I guess it is what it is, and I can see why it means so much to so many people to know that I'm not taking my position for granted. And I will do everything I can through my work, through my words, to try to convince them that I'm not taking my privilege for granted. So if I have to be asked about it 100 times a day, I'll answer it 101 times.
Okay, and does your sense of humor also help you in just maybe anticipating or tackling, say, questions that may be rather unsavory at times?
I mean, I'd like to think so, but it's only for people that get my sense of humor. I think some people might find it slightly offensive. But yeah, I can laugh at myself. I can laugh things off. I don't mind if someone like points a finger at me. Like I don't take things too seriously.
Okay, and when you see the your Coffee with Karan episode with Sarah, how do you respond to the madness that was created?
I don't know how to respond to it. I didn't have to respond to it. Other people were responding to it, but it's I was just being myself, and I think Sarah was just being herself, and we were really just being how we always are around each other. So yeah.
Okay, the best moment of shooting for Mili.
There were two best moments when we finished shooting the freezer. I cried for like 10 minutes, tears of joy. And
Mhm.
the other moment was when we finished shooting in Missouri somewhere, we all went rafting together as a team. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, best compliment that you have received for Mili so far.
Oh, there have been so many. There have been so many. Rekha ji came to the screening yesterday, and she was crying after the screening, and she's never responded like that. And everyone actually at the screening came out with like red eyes. So unless they all poked their eyes and came up to me, it
Mhm.
seemed like it moved everyone, which was nice. It was nice to see.
Do you read the reviews of your movies?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and how do you respond to it when people are critical at times?
If it's constructive criticism, I keep it in mind and I make sure to work at it. If it's criticism for the sake of clickbait that's baseless,
Mhm.
then then I just find it silly and I ignore it.
Okay, and what is your all-time favorite typical Bollywood, say, masala entertainer, like a Karan Johar, Aditya Chopra type of movie?
Well, I love all of Karan Sir's films, and I think he is going to kill it with Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani. I don't think people are ready. I think everyone's going to go mad. It's going to be insane and so much fun. And I'm just so excited for him and so excited for the film.
Okay, so which is your all-time favorite masala entertainer?
Oh, I have so many. I think I love Chennai Express. I love Welcome. I love Bhagam Bhag. I think even Bhansali Sir's films are actually masala entertainers, even though they're
Or
larger than life and period films. I think that at the heart of it, they're. I love Devdas. I love Devdas. I love Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. I love the drama. I love the romance. I love all of that.
okay, if you had to say something to following people if they were alive, what will you tell them? Madhubala, if she was alive, what will you tell her?
I tell her to teach me how she performed in IE Meherban. It was just her face, and it was just her and that mic. It was barely any dance moves, but it was so sensual, so expressive, so beautiful.
Hmm. Okay, Meena Kumarji.
I'd ask her to teach me how she performed all of those bet ki bhaws and pieces in Pakiza.
If you had to say something to Raj Kapoor sir,
I'd tell him to please direct a film with me in it.
which is your favorite film of Raj Kapoor sir?
Mera Naam Joker and what should I'm forgetting? Was it Andaz or was it Avara with Nargis? Avara with Nargis ma'am and Dilip Saab. Yeah.
Okay, what do movies mean to you?
Everything, my life.
Who's your all-time favorite author?
Can I say a poet instead?
Sure.
Walt Whitman or Charles Bukowski or Rumi.
How often do you read?
During the lockdown, I was reading very often, but now not so much. Actually, F. Scott Fitzgerald might be my favorite author, and Hemingway.
Okay, and would you like to um, do a play on theater?
Yes,
Theater?
I would love to do a play. I would love to do theater
And why is that?
because I think it makes you feel really alive and in the moment, and there aren't you're never out of it. For those 2 hours, you're living it completely, and I think the adrenaline and the energy of feeding off of a live audience is euphoric because you feel it when you're performing on stage. But I've only performed songs on stage.
All right. What do you think would have been 3G's reaction to Mili?
I hope that she would have been proud of me.
So, Janvi, congratulations once again for
Thank,
the great response to Mili so far, and all the
thank
best
you.
wishes for all your future ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Faridoon. See you soon. Enjoy Canada.
Thank you.